Hi, this is the Daily Overpass. My name is Eric and I make apps. Now today I want to talk about how the App Store always fights back. Hey guys, I've come to you from the road again today. I'm actually at once again I'm at a services. I went to go see a client this morning or this afternoon. Well, a prospect really. So I've traveled like 2 hours drive from the office. I thought I'll bring my camera with me. I could do some on the road location shooting, but I know all I ever do is like from services and you know when I stop and get a coffee and stuff like that. But anyway, today what I wanted to talk about is the app market. You know, it's been a while since we talked about the app market, and a lot of people have been asking, you know, I'll put a video out and I'll talk about clients or whatever, you know, and they'll say, you know, tell me what keywords I need to go for, or tell me how to get to the top of the App Store and all this kind of stuff. And the reason I don't just answer that is, and I don't tell you the secret, is because there is no secret, right? It's a series of skills that you have to learn. And I think one of the problems is that when we think about the App Store, we think about it as being a puzzle that needs to be solved, right? Once we know those few secrets, we're gonna, sorry, let me take the sunglasses off because that looks stupid. Once we get those few secrets, then we're gonna be fine, right? So once I learn how to do this, that, and the other thing, I'll be at the top of the App Store and then millions will come flowing in. But it's not like a puzzle, right? It's more like a battle, right? And the reason I say that is because the App Store is always fighting back. And not so much the App Store, although sometimes, you know, they'll change algorithms, they'll, you know, suspend your account. Well, there's loads of things that the App Store will do that makes it more difficult for you. They'll change the rules, all that kind of stuff. But it's also the other app developers out there. So like if you're competing with, say you're doing a puzzle game that's like a certain theme and everything like that, and you're going for a certain set of keywords, there may be other developers out there who are going for those same keywords and that same theme, and they want to knock you off the top spot. So even if you do achieve some success and get those top spots, somebody could just come along and just knock you off the top of it. So it's not just one secret, it's a series of skills that you have to pick up and learn. So you don't need, like, so when I say it's like, it's not a puzzle, it's a battle. Like, you don't need a map. What you need is a battle plan, right? You need to be reacting to what people do, and you need to be changing things. Try something, check to see how it works. Try something else, check to see how it works. You know, and like one of my apps is one of the top medical apps in the UK and in the US. But you know, I'm not sure it's always going to be there. I'm constantly looking to see who's trying to knock me off that top spot, right? So rather than just know, you know, what's the big secret, you have to know several different skills. You have to know how to do the keyword research. You have to know how to, you know, play around with your title a little bit, play around with the categories, try different types of screenshots, try different icons. It's a constant. You're constantly testing and you're constantly doing different things. And the reason I can't give somebody, you know, the secret to getting to the top of the App Store is because it's different for everybody. We all have different enemies that we have to defeat, right? We have different, you know, stuff that we have to do. And I think of it as being like, you know, there's like this secret fortress, right, which is guarded 24/7 by an unknown number of guards, right? And you have to get in there, and there's nobody who could tell you the secrets. They could teach you a few skills, you know, they could teach you kung fu, whatever, and you could just go in there and or ninja, whatever, you go in there, but you are reacting to what they do. And this is why, you know, the app market, it changes for everybody else, and we have to pick up certain skills. We have to, you know, all these different skills that we have to pick up. Anyway, I know that's really quick for today, but you know, when you think about it, you know, I'm sure you could go up to Arnold Schwarzenegger and say, you know, what's the one exercise I should do that will get me as buff as you? Or, you know, you go to Bruce Lee and say, well, if he was still alive, and say, you know, what's the one fight I should do that will defeat any enemy, right? And there's a reason you have to learn different skills, is because the situation is constantly changing, and it definitely is with the App Store. So anyway, that's it for today. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.